Yeah, hi there, this is tuxocher.com again. Welcome on my video channel. Today's question I want to talk about is it worth to buy a Lumix GX80 or GX85 like it's called in some countries, to buy it still in 2020? To answer the question for myself, I think yes, because I bought one. You see this little body here, and I got it including the kit lens. That means the 12 to 35 millimeter and a 25 millimeter 1.7. Can show you this one that is right away filming here on the Lumix G9 for under 450 euros. And I think that's a pretty good deal for this kind of camera. But okay, let's go a little bit deeper into this question. First of all, this is really a tiny camera. It fits good in the hand, and you got the functions like a GX81 I'm using now for 4 years, I think. That means in photo terms, a 16 megapixel sensor. And you also can do, of course, video, like almost with every Panasonic camera. That means 4K in either 25 or 30 frames per second, and 1080p in 60 frames per second at a maximum. But why would you choose such a small camera? First of all, the reason for me was the smallness, to just have a camera which fits in your pocket on your jacket. And the second one is to have another camera for, especially for video. On the first stills I took, I was surprised how good the 12 to 32 millimeter actually is. Okay, it only has a maximum aperture of 3.5 up to 5.6 in the longest focal length, but that is for most cases okay. And so you got a very tiny camera for still photography, where you don't want to have another equipment or don't want to carry your camera back with you, just want to see and enjoy taking pictures. The other thing is that is the video capabilities. They are the same like in the GX81. So I can use it as a B-roll camera or for additional shots. Like right now I'm filming here with the G9. That's the main camera, filming with the 25 millimeter 1.7. And here for the details I have the Lumix G81 filming with a 24.5 millimeter 1.7. But there are 2 or 3 disadvantages about this camera. First of all is the display. I turn it on. Then you have to move the zoom ring so you get the picture on the display. The first is that this display is not fully flippable. That means that you can turn it in the front so you can film yourself. You just have the opportunity like this one to take at least, I think, 45 degrees so you can do overhead shots like this. And on the other hand, you can flip at 90 degrees so you can do photographs or video from close to bottom locations. But that's good enough. As you probably could see here, okay, I took a picture. For filming myself, I don't even using the flip screens, mainly because just in case of the Lumix G81, the cable for the external microphone is in the way, so I usually use my iPad to judge the image or the video signal. And let's place the second disadvantage. We turn this around. I hope you can see it here. It only has 2 connectors. The one is HDMI and the other one is a USB connector. It's a micro HDMI, so you could connect an external monitor to it, but that with this little camera I think doesn't make very much sense. With the USB you can charge the battery within the camera. There's no external charging device when you buy this camera. That's a little bit too bad. I think the Panasonic should have thought about spending an extra, let's say 10 euros and give or deliver an external charging unit with the camera. But in contrast to the Lumix G9 and the Lumix G81, which I showed in an earlier video, you can't power the camera while you're using it as a camera. The only thing you can do is charge the battery. Okay, that might be useful just in case if you have an external power pack, so at least could charge the battery, but you can't prolong the usage of the camera by powering it externally with a external power bank like I described in another video earlier this year. But that's almost the only two disadvantages you get. On the other hand, you get a 16 megapixel, as I mentioned, sensor, which is, at my opinion, good enough for premium shots. And if you use a lens like the 12 to 35 2.8, you get excellent shots even with 16 megapixels. And with the video capabilities, you can even capture videos at a very high quality. And that is the third disadvantage, if you use it as a camera alone without or not as a second body like I do, then you don't have a jack to connect an external microphone. You have to use the built-in one or get an external recorder for recording audio. Okay, that was my opinion on the Lumix GX80 or 85, depending in which country you're in. And I think it's a beautiful little camera to get into photography or video. And of course, it's a beautiful and very capable camera, especially for video, getting the second camera for B-roll shots. Okay, if you have any questions to this, either to the Lumix GX80 or to the other Lumix cameras, just place them in the comments of this video or place them in the comments in the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little bit helpful to you, you might place a like on this video, and I surely would appreciate it if you subscribe my channel. But then don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get a notification via email every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was all for today, and all I have to say is till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.